Yo guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking about MW3's campaign. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. So, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't played it yet, come back after you've played it. So, I'm going to give a brief explanation of the story. So, the first mission we see was the one we saw at the Gamescom event, and this is the mission where Makarov has broken out of the Gulag. Now, this time he is Prisoner 627, which is quite weird to see. Makarov and his Connie group start trying to frame Farah's ULF, which has by this point pushed the Russians out of Urzikstan, for a few missile attacks on Russian targets. So Price and Farah stopped one of the three missile attacks, but the other two hit various locations, including Laswell's location, which turned out to be on a base in Kastovia. At all of these missile sites, they all had URF flags and insignia to frame them for the attacks. A few hours later, the hijacking scene we saw at the end of MW2 is shown here. A former URF fighter is framed as a suicide bomber because Makarov puts a suicide vest on the former fighter and then jumps out the plane. A few hours later, after the plane has blown up, Farah and Alex recover evidence in the crash site to find out what really happened. The next bit is a flashback to Verdansk, more specifically the stadium. We found out how Makarov got captured. His men dressed up as police, killed people in the stadium. After extracting Makarov, we find out that he was the one behind the airport bombing in Verdansk, and he'd purely just misdirected Task Force 141. Soap goes to kill him, but Price tells him not to, something he would later come to regret. The next mission is a raid on one of Makarov's financiers' villa off the coast of Turkey, I believe. I think, in my opinion, this is actually the best looking mission, and I would not be surprised if it became an MP map eventually. After an attack on a convoy in Siberia, we find out Shepard actually got captured by Makarov. He tells the team at the end of the mission that Makarov plans to attack the Verdansk dam and flood the rest of the city. This plan is foiled as Ghost successfully defuses all of the 3 bombs that would have blown up the dam. After this, Graves and Task Force 141 work together on a mission, despite still hating each other. They would conduct a raid on an airbase which has some of Makarov's chemicals. That's what were on the warheads. Makarov is assumed dead, although this doesn't seem to be true. Shepard and Graves backstab each other in front of a Senate hearing. Shepard admits that he was the one giving the ULF the missiles and some of the shipments weren't legal, but then lies when he says that he never gave the order to kill Task Force 141 in Las Almas, which obviously happened because when Graves betrayed us in MW2, he literally said, "I did it because Shepard told me to." The final mission takes place in 2 parts. The first bit is you following a hacker around London. It turns out that this hacker has given Makarov control of the whole train network. In this mission, we see the death of Soap at the hands of Makarov. I've heard people say that this looks like it was shoehorned in, and to be honest, I don't think so, but I'll explain why later. Makarov runs away, but Gaz and Price disarm the bomb. Then there's a scene where Price, Ghost, and Gaz scatter Soap's ashes over a field. And finally, in the post-credit scene, Price kills Shepard in his office. Right, so we're going to go into some more miscellaneous stuff, not necessarily about the story, but other aspects. So the open world missions, or the weapons free missions, were okay, but I think there was quite a lot of them, but at least they gave it a go. It was a very short campaign, only about 4 hours long. I would say this game is almost like a prologue to MW4, which I'm almost certain is going to happen now due to the way MW3 ends. Makarov isn't dead, and there isn't really a good conclusion to the story. I mentioned before that I believe Soap's death was always planned, and I'll sort of explain why. So after the Verdansk Stadium mission, there's a cutscene where Soap goes to kill Makarov, and is told not to by Price, as I mentioned before. Had Soap done that, he wouldn't have died to Makarov, because obviously, like, it's a paradox. Like, if he was dead, like, he can't be killed by Makarov if he's dead. And Price also expressed remorse to Soap by saying, "I should have let you kill him." Overall, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Not the worst I've ever played, but certainly not the best. People, I think, have been very, very harsh on this one. Some justified, some pretty unfair, to be honest. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the campaign. And yeah, bye.